Welcome to the Girls FaceTime, where three Christian girlfriends invite you into their daily conversation about faith, family, and womanhood. Join us as we navigate the ups and downs of life together, sharing laughs, tears, and everything in between. We aim to show the world that you can have fun, be saved, and cherish genuine friendships. Welcome back to the Girls FaceTime, y'all. We're going to be talking about dating. Now, that might sound strange coming from a group of women who are married.
Yes.
But we've got some single ladies who have reached out to us and wanted us to have a conversation about dating. And I just kind of want to read off a couple questions that they may have, and let's just kind of chat about it, talk about it.
Cool.
Especially in the light of this new age, 2024.
They out here in these streets. I'm sorry to all the single people.
Right.
Different breed out here.
It's a different breed. Keisha, how long have you been married now?
7 years this month.
That is amazing.
Has it been 7 years already?
Wow.
This
I
month.
remember your wedding day.
Yes, I remember too.
Successfully married.
Yeah, okay.
Glory to God. Happily.
Whoa.
Yes.
All right. Ashley, and you've been married
14 years.
14 years.
That's
Wow.
going to be funny.
You said it's going to be funny.
I was about to be funny.
Oh,
Go on, say.
30 years.
They the 30 years.
definitely been married 30 years.
I'm married for 14 years. You, Cassie?
5
5 years.
5 years.
Man, I remember your wedding too.
I know, it's crazy. It's been
I feel like it was yesterday.
It does. Time is flying.
Lord have
That's
mercy.
what I do know. Time is flying.
It is.
One of the questions that came in was, where does compatibility fall in the relationship? Should love be found first, or should we find compatibility first in a relationship when dating?
I could go so many different ways with this answer.
Go your way,
But
honey.
I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. So, compatibility is necessary,
Okay.
right? This sounds so bad. I know it's going to sound bad,
Say it anyway.
but y'all bear with me. I'm going to get you somewhere.
We got you.
So, love is a decision,
Yes.
right? Love, while it is sometimes put as a fantasy piece in relationships, and it is necessary, it is not always the feeling that most people think that it is. Right? So I think a lot of people are looking for love.
Agreed.
You hear that phrase a lot. I'm looking for love. But love is a decision. I think that some people are looking for this emotional moment where we've fallen in love and dancing in the rain and carrying on.
Cinderella.
Right.
Be glad
Yeah.
shoe fall
And
off.
I don't think that that's true of what love is. It can be that. I'm not saying negate that. I'm saying that it's not necessarily that. Love is a decision. And I'll take it back to even like prearranged marriages, right? They didn't fall in love to get married. They got married for business sake of their families and for legacy, right? They probably fell in love later on in their marriage, but that prearranged marriage, they don't know each other,
This is true.
but they decided to love and eventually fell in love. So I think love is a factor in there in the compatibility, but I think liking a person and having friendship with the person, which is where the compatibility piece comes in.
Absolutely.
I think that's, and I'm not going to say more necessary, but I think it is kind of more necessary. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That makes perfect sense.
I think the compatibility is what draws you, right?
True.
So I think that's what you meet. That's what you meet first, right?
Right.
So if we're not compatible, if we don't have the same interest and likes, and if we have nothing in common, that's going to be hard to go anywhere.
Right.
Right.
True.
That is
You know
very
what I
true.
mean?
This is true.
But if we start the relationship based on similarities of what we like and dislike, what we enjoy, where we like to travel, whatever we can find in common with that person, then you build from that. And then I think it makes it more easy to love,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
but you're still deciding
Yeah, you made a decision.
whether or not this is the person that you're choosing to love for the rest of your life.
Right.
Right. So I think, yes, compatibility is first, because you don't meet somebody and say, "Oh, you know,
Some people do.
2024."
Right.
But
Most people don't.
Right.
Yeah. Back in the day, this is what we did.
in our day,
that, yeah.
I think with all of our relationships, we
Yeah.
didn't look at them and say, "Oh, I love you so much."
Yeah,
Right.
No, we became friends first, and we had similarities, we had interests,
Right.
we were compatible in the things that we enjoyed,
Absolutely.
and in things that we did, you
Right.
know, and so that was belief systems. That was a whole lot of other things that
Right.
we just enjoyed with one another, and then love built from
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's what I was trying to say this whole time.
That's what I was trying to say. She just said it better than me. I was just saying.
Something I like to share with people when they have conversations with me about their singleness and dating is that if you lead with love, you have to, again, lead the feeling, the emotion that you quote unquote feel that you deem as love. If you lead with that, then that has to be maintained. And throughout the relationship, in order for you to feel successful in your relationship. However, again, that's what people feel like. But if you go into that with that preconceived notion, you're going to be let down because the feeling of love, like Ashley said and Keisha said, it is a decision to make. It is a decision. So you're not going to always have that feeling of love and oohs and ahs and all the things that you want to feel, and that love is a decision. So when you are compatible with someone, when you actually like them, you like their person, you like their principles, you like their value, what they value, and y'all have very common values and those types of things, it is very easier to walk hand in hand with someone in a relationship now and every season to come, versus someone that you are feeling and you're going based upon your feelings. You may feel that now, but you may not feel it in seasons to come. So it is very hard to lead with just feelings and emotions. I don't recommend, that's what she was asking, like, should love be found first or should the compatibility be found first? And I think Keisha answered that very greatly.
She did.
You should find, it should be found in compatibility first, and then from there you will then find out that you actually love this individual, and then from there everything else will lead with that. This another question that came about as well too. Now this is very interesting, but should women pursue just as much, or should the man do all of the pursuing?
Good question.
That's a good question.
I hope you have a good answer.
Who, me?
Good answer. Good answer.
Get it. Go. Sorry, go ahead. Come on, Steve.
You better answer this question, Family Feud.
Should women pursue just as much as should men do all the pursuing? Okay, so
We're talking about dating, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
so this is Keisha speaking.
No way. It's you?
Okay,
Is this your thoughts?
it's just me.
Okay.
Y'all different in 2024, so you do things differently. I mean, y'all do. So I'm from a time where I do believe that the man should make, the first move, and like I wouldn't feel comfortable pursuing a man, or taking that first step, or doing that. So I think once the initial pursuit is made, then it could become, like you don't have to look at it as a continual pursuing. Like if you feel like you're pursuing him after he's pursued you first, evaluate that. Like, are you chasing him? Like, what does that look like?
Right.
But after the initial pursuit is made, then it should become more of a checking in type of thing. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not really pursuing you, but hey, I like conversation with you. So I don't mind texting first to say, how was your day?
Okay.
I don't mind texting first to say you want to get something to eat. But that initial, like, hey, do you want to go out, was him first.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. in the initial stages, so you are 100% men should start. They should be the complete initiator, right? In pursuing.
Yes, and I have my reasons for that, and I'm not saying like the other way doesn't work. Like if a woman pursues, like I'm not saying that that's not going to be successful, but it just makes me wonder that if we start it, then will we have to continue it?
Yeah.
Like even if it goes somewhere, even if it goes into marriage and whatever, will we always be the one to have to initiate stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it gives a man a certain type of he starts leading early, right? In the relationship. We're taking that leadership away from him when we're stepping in and doing his job or doing what is, I mean, the Bible does say he that findeth. Now people can look at that many ways. I know context, whatever, can look at it many ways, but there's nowhere else where it says she findeth.
Yeah.
And in every example, man was pursuing a woman, right? Except if you're Jezebel. Or
That was man. I'll leave that alone.
I mean,
We don't want to be here.
right, but so I just think like that's the beginning stages of leadership that God is instilling in the man. It's for him to step out and find his wife and go out and work for his wife and make a life for his wife and his family. And so then, if you take that away, then what does that look like for the woman?
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, no.
I feel like the woman has her certain amount of work, and I'm not talking about what do we call them? We call them like gender roles, right? I'm not talking about who takes out the trash and things like that, but I mean we are helpers.
Yeah.
And they're the men, they're providers.
Yeah.
Right? And so yeah.
No, I agree with you. I think men should be the initiators, especially when it comes to dating.
Absolutely.
100%. I think they should be the initial, people that start the pursuing. I do feel like if a woman does pursue first, I feel like it does feel thirsty. It feels desperate. If a woman pursues first, now on the other side of it too, is it okay to show that you are interested in someone? Possibly. Like as a female, because maybe I don't know. I'm just asking a question now. Like, what if a guy is just very shy and don't know if they have the permission because maybe the woman is maybe a little bit more closed off or something like that. But maybe they're like they would appreciate a sign that they want to be pursued. I don't know. Like, is it okay for a woman in that sense to maybe find a soft but in a less maybe a passive way, I don't know, to say that they may be interested in being pursued? Or should it be like a man just has to tough it up and pursue anyway? Or is there or is there a way for a woman to say like, hey, I am interested, maybe I'm like liking 6 of your photos, to be like, hey, like I see you follow me. I'm just asking. I have no idea.
2024, Keith.
Right. I was going to say, don't like nobody's photos
I was
in
gonna
the
say.
world. You liking the photos from 2015.
Right. You just going from the bottom all the way up. And just working your way up to the top.
Right.
Too far back.
But outside of social media, like, is there a way? Like, if you're in the same sphere of like friends or something like that, like, is there a way to show interest without, as a female?
Yeah.
Because I don't know for a man, but like as a female to show.
What you think, Ashley?
Interested. Like
I don't know the correct answer to that.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, because I don't know what that looks like. Like, what am I doing to, other than just being me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because my thing is, you don't want to catch the wrong bait.
Case closed. What's the next? What's the next?
Wait, I do want to say that I understand, like,
Imagine I'm just playing devil's advocate.
right?
We know, we got you.
I watch a couple Lifetime movies and stuff. Like, I I see the narrative of the man being shy and things like that. For me, I'm like, you better watch that too. But second of all, no, I also think that can come along with friendship.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Through conversations, I'm learning what you like, you're learning what I like, and we're just being friends. And if you can't see yourself in my life, then maybe that is not it.
Yeah.
But if I'm cool enough to be your friend, and I'm making space for you, and you can't, and you're too shy to see yourself, like to see me on your arm type of thing, like to see us hand in hand, then maybe I'm not, because
I got you.
maybe you need a little,
A little help.
Maybe you need friends to help you that are not me.
Or maybe you just need another little quiet person that's shy too.
Most of the time you find the opposite though.
Yeah, you do. You
a
normally do find the
shy
opposite.
person finds somebody that's very talkative. Usually, I mean.
So let me ask y'all this. Though we are in a different time, do you let me ask this. Okay, so Keisha and Ashley, do you like the way that you all were pursued by your husband, like your spouse, when y'all started?
Do I like the way he pursued me?
Do you like you genuinely like the way that your husband had pursued you while you guys were dating, your initial dating?
Yes. Mine was very subtle and a little bit confusing. It was, because we were such good friends for many years. And so, it was very, so Marvin always says I stood him up on our first date, which is partially true. The problem was a group of us went out on Friday nights. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We would always hang out, right? And somebody would randomly text you throughout the week and say, hey, we're going to this place this Friday. So sometimes that was him, sometimes that was me, sometimes it was somebody else. He happened to text me and said, we're going to the movies Friday at 8:00. I don't know. And so I'm like, cool. Well, that day I worked all day and I was exhausted. So I was like, I'm not going. Yeah, it's the group going, whatever. And he calls me late that night. He's like, well, what happened to you? I'm like, I just didn't feel like going. Like, I worked. And he's like, oh, it was just me and you. What? So he tells everybody I stood him up. The truth is, I thought it was the group. Because we always did that. Yeah. And so we went out the following day. And we've been together since. Wow. So yeah, it was subtle. And it was just like, oh, I didn't know you was checking for me like that.
Yeah.
So it was very subtle. Yes. My answer to your question is yes.
Yeah. Shoot your shot, brother.
Go ahead. He almost missed.
He sure did. That dart said shoot.
I missed it. I didn't know.
That dart was in the bed. She said, I'm finna go to sleep.
I didn't know. But yes, it was probably. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
But yeah, so I like the way he pursued me because I think it was subtle. We were already friends, so I didn't think anything of it. So yeah, it was cool.
Were you always interested in him?
No.
Or was that no? Okay.
No, I actually didn't look at him that way until after we dated. Like once we started dating.
Yeah. That was
like he was just a really close friend of mine. Yeah. Marvin and I hung out all the time. He would always come by my house.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I would talk to him about other guys.
So yeah, y'all was
we were friends.
Y'all were friends.
We were really, really friends.
Yeah.
See,
some of y'all out here friend zoning.
Right. That's true.
Your people now, and it might just be the one.
It might turn around and bless you.
It might turn around and bless you.
It's the truth.
That is hilarious.
Keisha, what about you?
Yes, very similar. We were friends for 7 years before we started dating, and we went out in groups as well. And but I had I don't know, somewhere around that 5th, 6th year.
I'm waiting for how you gonna tell this story.
I had a crush on him. I'ma tell it.
That's good. I just was gonna see what you was gonna say.
Had a crush on
Cause I already know. Yeah, she did.
That day, Ron Jefferson.
She liked it him, child. She liked it him. You hear?
I love that man of God.
Yeah, she did too back then.
I did have a crush on him, but let me tell you something. Didn't nobody but Ashley and a couple other people knew.
That's
you
it.
Hear me?
I didn't tell him.
He didn't know a thing.
He did
I'm
not.
telling you, I was old school. I said, yeah, I like him, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not even kidding, y'all.
She's telling the truth. I was there.
I am not even kidding. I am so old.
You are.
We know she old.
I was like, I pray for him and me, because I was like, okay, obviously, like the Lord ain't speaking to him about me liking him. So maybe there's a couple of things I need to get together before we get together.
Yeah.
So I used to pray and for him as well. So I was like, I just started praying for us that, Lord, if this is your will, because I won't pray in witchcraft.
Okay.
I know that's right.
I won't try to make things happen if God didn't want it to happen.
Okay.
I'm
Amen.
being serious
You
about
don't want what God don't want for you. Trust me.
Trust.
I am being so serious. So I prayed for him that if it was the will of God, that he would just work on me and he would work on him, so that, in that God's time, and if we came together, ready to court or whatever, that we would, we would fit, right?
Her word court means date, by the way.
Yes.
AKA date.
24.
So,
I help the
so
people.
I did that for a long time. I mean, I have journals of prayers and stuff like that I pray for us. And so finally, one day at a church service,
You better gotta say for real.
we are like, I'm so sorry. This is probably not helpful for 2024.
Single people. Yes, it is.
But we were in a church service and we were out of town at a church service near a city he used to live in. And after service, he called me and shared his feelings. And I was like, it took long enough.
She's so terrible.
No, but
Feel so long.
seriously, that night we talked through some things and what it would look like, and we've been together ever since. That was like, I still have it in my calendar. That date
Wow.
comes up, I have it forever. Like the day that we decided to
Recurring.
start
I love that.
dating, and that was in 2015, and we got married in 2017.
Wow.
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 Lord, see,
But we were friends
still
first.
possible. Yeah.
Right.
So that it was easy to mesh, right? 'Cause
Right.
we had already known each other. We were
Right.
already compatible.
Right.
We already, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot that we already knew about each other. Now,
Right.
we had not been in a space where we made each other mad as friends. That came when we started dating. But,
Yeah, that's
but
how
we
you
still got through it.
put it under that fire. You gonna know what you got.
Oh no.
Still a test.
Yes.
And we made it. okay?
Amen.
The tussle. We won.
Yeah, y'all won.
Oh, and you're
Still winning. Glory to God. Glory to God.
winning.
Yes.
No, I believe in that. I think a part of being friends and being in friend groups is probably what's missing today.
Oh,
if I'm
God,
honest,
say that again.
because I think that's where you learn the character of a person. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
Like, it didn't take Marvin and I long at all to get engaged, married, and all those things because I already knew him. I knew his character. I knew his personality.
Yeah.
Because we were friends.
And your friends know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
your friends know
Yeah.
you. They know whether or not,
Right.
like, you are being honest, or, and pure and true, even
Right.
to who you are and how you're even showing up in a relationship.
Right.
They know.
It's the truth.
They know. And then on top
And they
of
know
that,
him if that's the same group.
and they know him. Yeah. And they're gonna know whether or not, like, it's good for
Yeah.
you, or if it's not good for them. They be like, oh, sister so and so may not be good for you,
Right.
Or brother so and so may not be.
that
good
might not
for
work
you.
out.
It may not work out, but I think that is truly missing in this in this time of that missing piece of being able to be around like people, like circles and friendships, because that's how Ron and I started dating. We were in the same friend group, and yeah, we were in the same friend group to the point where we don't have like a date that we actually started dating. It just happened. Like,
Yeah.
we just became exclusive. Is that what you call it? Whatever.
I don't know these terms. Yeah.
Whatever it is, but through our friends, and I remember Ron would ask, my friends about me, and things like that, and asking questions and stuff about me. And even though Ron is from South Carolina, I didn't know him like that. But until we were around the same friend group of people, and I got to see him outside of that, I got to see him in a different light apart from, getting to know him. So it was through our friend group and friend circle of how we became, us.
So get you some friend circles. That's what you need, people. We trying to help you.
Y'all say friend groups. I hear accountability.
True.
That's real.
I hear
And
accountability.
I think that's how it starts, though.
Yeah.
I think for us, when we were growing up, I say that because it sounds real old. But anyway, while we were trying to walk out this life with Christ, we wanted to establish people we could be accountable to. And I think that then turned into those friend groups that we talk about. And in that, you find the next places that you go, husband and wives. You find them in the friend groups. But it does start with accountability.
It does.
That's good, Keish.
Yeah.
Is there a timeline when to like form the relationship? I feel like that's subjective for any relationship.
Yeah, I think that's just the
like
people.
boyfriend, girlfriend? Like,
Yeah, like actually establishing that.
I think it depends on the people.
Initially, like talking and then becoming boyfriend and girlfriend and then on.
so we're talking to believers, so we should date, or we should pursue with a purpose, right?
Right.
Like we should have a goal in mind. And it doesn't when it's God, and it doesn't take long, right? Like his timing is different, right? So we can tap into that, I feel like, in that realm.
Absolutely.
Of, once he gives us the okay, then what are we waiting for?
Right.
And let's not forget, it's better to marry than burn. So don't be out here scared to commit to that level, but falling into sin.
Right.
So definitely have a goal in mind. And when you have that goal in mind, I feel like you should just work towards it, and things will just line up.
Yeah. 100%.
But a lot of that is conversation too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of communication, especially at the beginning of dating. Because if it's not somebody in your friend group or your friend circle, there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of ground to cover. And so, yeah, you have to be open and honest in those things. Yeah, people put on their best front when they're dating, but you want to be honest enough to know that you're not wasting time.
Yeah.
I would even go as far as to say, if it's someone outside of your friend group, bring them in.
Yes.
True. Yes.
Don't hide them. And then you can get through a lot of layers more quickly.
Oh my gosh.
If you have other, I think that's what
Good friends, child, they gonna grill them.
that's another issue, is that we try to hide and be secretive with who, not we, but y'all try to hide and be secretive with who you're dating. And that's sometimes there's a lot of ground that could be covered more quickly if you were in the light.
It's the truth.
And not in the darkness.
That is so true.
Does that make sense?
Episode closed. It's done. It's over. Y'all have a great one.
No, that's real.
I'm serious. Like,
It's real.
It's a lot of things that you found out later down the road because you two, hee ha ha, he's so cute.
Yeah, you
he's
in
so,
love.
Right.
You so head over heels.
Right.
But we could have spotted that a mile away.
Right.
Holloway.
No, that's
You know what
real.
I mean? I never forget. I had a friend,
Oh, Lord.
and she was talking to this guy, and he's not from around here, right? So he would come and visit or whatever, and he was supposed to come visit one weekend or something, but he told her he had something else to do. I saw that man of God somewhere. I said, "Excuse me,
Ain't you supposed to be?
I thought you told my friend you're gonna be this way." Guess what I did?
Okay.
Yo, boo over here.
Listen, I'm talking to him right now.
I wasn't
Right.
messy,
I see
but
him
I
over
did
here.
let it be known. I wasn't being messy, but I was
No,
being
I think
honest
it's
that
necessary.
I know for a fact that he told you he was
Yes.
going to be one
Right.
place, and
Right.
I'm looking at him in Lynchburg of all places, and he's not even from here.
Right. Hey,
He's not
That's
even from
real.
here.
It's
So,
real.
friend.
It's things like that
Yeah.
friends can help filter the lies.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Friends can help
Absolutely.
filter the facade.
Yeah.
Friends can help filter through the tricks.
Because they not in
Friends
love.
can help
they
protect
not,
you.
Yeah,
Right.
they not the ones with
They
the
not
eyes.
the ones in love.
Yeah,
and
they
then
not.
You bypassing all the red flags.
The red
in their
flags,
eye,
you
and
just-
you can't see. You just as blind as blind can be. Okay.
You blowing through every red stop sign that you see.
Every stop sign.
And
every
your
red
friends are
light.
out here looking at these people like,
This ain't
Yeah.
it. And they're not jealous of you.
I don't want your
Right.
and it's funny because I remember, even though we had a friend circle group, right, where we were all hanging out for us, when we started dating, Marvin called a set of friends and said, "Hey, y'all, let's go to dinner. I got a girl I want y'all to meet." He never told them it was me.
Aww.
We showed up, but they're like, "What y'all doing here together?" And he's like, this is the girl I want y'all to meet. And they were like, what? Y'all did? You know? So even then, like, there are still ways to bring other people into those moments.
Yeah.
Even if you already know them.
Yeah.
And like Keisha said, like, you're not like having a relationship in the light don't mean you have to be public. Like,
Right.
you know, like
Right.
there's a difference.
Right.
Being in the
You
light.
can tell your friends, but everybody else's business. Amen.
Right. I didn't even post that I was engaged until I didn't even post anything. Again, we're in 2024. I know y'all like to post everything that's happening, but I didn't even post that I was even in a relationship until I got engaged. I never put that on social media.
Right.
And so a lot of people was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you were dating." Yes, I was very much dating, and I was dating public, like, you know, open and in the light. My church family knew, my friends knew, you know, things like that. So the people who needed to know knew.
Right. Child, I ain't posted either. Keisha, you post?
Yeah, we posted.
I didn't even know if we could post.
did
Did we post? Did we have posting back then?
But we post.
That's why I was saying it'd be funny because
We were
14 years ago, no,
we were
7.
posting
I don't think I
as-
posted.
We were posting in our friend group as well, so it was just easy to trickle that over. Like it was just like, oh,
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't post nothing because, you know,
we know y'all. Like
I didn't even have no engagement pictures to post.
here we go.
Still ain't got nothing to post.
My land, what's the next question?
This episode is called
How to recover?
Forgetfulness.
So no, I don't think I did the posting back then.
Right.
Because I ain't had nothing to post. Amen.
Okay.
That is I'll post for you.
I'm just messing with you.
But accountability is really important in dating.
Absolutely.
Bringing your relationship into the light is important in dating, especially if you are looking to do it the right way and allow other people to help you. I know that sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
like help in that dating aspect of your life. Somebody who can see outside of your emotions, because that's really, really important. I wish there were a couple people in my life personally. I wish they would have brought me in sooner. Not to say that I would have been the person to quote unquote save them from things, but I just wish that we could have had a little bit more candidness and openness about some of the things that they either could have possibly avoided, or maybe it was the right person, but they could have just got help sooner. And you don't have to wait to be engaged for premarital counseling. If you are deciding marriage is the end goal, right? And you want to even know whether or not you should even get engaged to this person, I would even suggest possibly going into premarital counseling even before getting engaged. Now, is that for everybody? No. But if you want to set yourself up for the best success, then by all means do that. Or even after getting engaged, then 100% you should allow yourself to go through premarital counseling.
Yeah. I think that you just be aware that if you're in this phase of being ready to date, then what you're really saying, people of God in 2024, is that you're willing to submit, right? Look at your life. And if you're not already submitted, you might have an issue submitting to another human.
That's good.
So that's why I can hear people who are like, I don't want nobody in my business, and somebody might be thinking they can do it by themselves, and there is almost nothing we can do by ourselves, right? It's like, I mean, everything we have to do with God, but I mean, with people, there's almost nothing we can do by ourselves. Like, he gives us people for a reason. Absolutely. He gives us family. He gives us friend.
True.
For a reason. So I just feel like for the ones who hear accountability and run from that, you're already saying you're willing to submit to somebody, whatever that looks like for you. But if you don't already have that, or you're running from accountability, maybe you're not ready. I'm just saying that it shouldn't be hard for you to be willing to have accountability set up in your life when you're dating. That's just what I'm getting to. And if it is, then you're probably not really ready for a relationship.
Truly.
Just at the end of the day, be honest with yourself. If you want to be successful, be honest with yourself. It's okay if you're not ready. There's things you can do to work towards that. But I don't want y'all out here, like, even for people who have all the things set up, it's still challenging at times. There are challenging seasons.
Very much.
So if you go in with no tools, child,
Baby.
what you fighting with? Pots and pans?
Pots and pans.
Not
Wow.
physically.
Yeah, no.
But like seriously, have your spiritual tools in place,
Yeah.
and your support in place just to help you through through that dating. Yeah.
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 I hope y'all are encouraged by this. If y'all want to have more conversations around this, let us know. We'll be happy to talk. And thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for tuning into the Girls FaceTime. Please like, share, and subscribe as we continue to explore faith, family, and friendship.